kwan shan ku kedi. Jituaya kwan. Yakanay nakan. Yakanay nakan. Jitlis kohasakakiti. Jitlis kohasakakiti. Ehi, ah, hey, oh, ah. Normally, most of the time, I've never really gotten nervous. But I want you to know, for whatever reason, I'm nervous right now. I don't know if you can hear my knees knocking, but my teeth are chattering. I gotta tell you a funny story because this is celebration, right? In traditional parties, we tell funny stories. And the other day, I had to get dentures 2 years ago, just after the first that celebration. So you'll have to pardon my teeth. This is its first celebration. And I think it's scary because it feels like it might fall out. But this is what celebration is about, isn't it? For us to laugh. And I'm really grateful that I can tell that story. The other day, yesterday I think it was, Brian, could you step forward here? This is my son. His Chilkat name is Teen. He's a Koho. And I was sitting right over in this area, and I forgot my teeth in the car. So he came in dancing right there by that exit door, and he had my teeth in his hand. So, you're going to have funny stories when I'm gone. And that's part of celebration. I want to thank all of you for what you mean to all of us. This morning, I know I don't want to talk a long time, but I like talking. When I watched Celebration 82, and I saw the Haida sing, "How Great Thou Art." How great thou art. And then I heard Austin Hammond say that it was our higher power, Hadikian Kau, who shua hayukatangi kahakusti ye aukli yach Hadikian Kau. It's no wonder this place is full, because as I listened to that videotape and watched it, they were prophesying, saying this is the type of thing that will happen. So thank you very much. I'm going to ask a young man who I heard speak one of the most phenomenal speeches, who spoke, I can't remember, at my mother's memorial, at my mother's party, and then also prior to that time as a person who learned the language from Florence Shakely. Nahan, could you come out, please? Come, not Nahan, Nakatlan. Nakatlan, I'm sorry. The same, the Na. So I'm going to ask him just to say a couple of words. He's my grandfather, my uncle Joe White's in-laws. My uncle was married into the Slipnach Adi clan. So I'd like him just to say a few words.
Gnilchis kingis ti achlil. Gnilchis yaudanik ya dikini. Anyat usani. Ayachaya hakusti yixiti fingit hasiti. Dekina yisiti. Tutkan yisiti. Chadakwanach sach yisiti. Kusti aya. Sagu aya. Tutle an aya at utlechies. Achia. Ach tu ik gaat ik je goed je gaat ik je ja we eet achlief jan kak achlief owa 18 Latuya Bay George you do sagun achlief je idatsu shit de hen do sa je city gunachchish je da achlief go has shangu kedi ich si khan kunach ich si khan shangu kedi.
Sheesh, Shangu Kedi. If anybody says our language is going to die, you better think twice. It's not going to die. There's a lot of them coming out of the woods like him, all over. Very, very good. Now I'm going to sing a Shangu Kedi Yati song. And here comes a young little girl, her name, the one with the red. She came out to stand and let you see her. She has the only name that any Thunderbird has in our clan. We're son children. Kakan yatke aya uhan. Awa klet adusa hastuji wes sa hat wesai. Who everybody say that word. Who say it. Who It is so phenomenal that she has that name. It means the dawning of a new day. Isn't that fantastic? The dawning of a new day. Look at her. Isn't she shining? Hey who na hey yo na hey who na hey yo na hey who na hey yo hey who na hey yo na hey who ayo our tribal leader, Ricardo, say a few words, and then after that, I'm going to call another person who's our tribal leader within the Thunderbird clan, Ed Hotch, to come, and I'll leave the last few moments to Ricardo's mom, to Rosita. They both have R's in their names, so.
I know our time is limited, so I had to be selective about what I wanted to say. And I want to speak to the young people here in the audience, the children, but also the young adults. And you need to use this time, celebration, to gather your strength to carry us for the next 2 years until we have celebration again. I was in the video store yesterday with my daughter and my niece, and there was a Chilkat girl working behind the counter, and it was after all the doings were over, and she saw my daughter had her face paint and her octopus bag on, and she had asked, "Oh, you guys just came from celebration?" And we said yes, and here was this young gal who was working really hard and not able to be here with us. And so we remember when we leave celebration, we're going to go back to our lives that we have every day. And we're going to remember celebration. We'll remember moments like this. We're going to remember all of the events that make celebration special. Young people speaking Chilkat when 30 years ago we wouldn't have seen that. Wells Fargo Bank making a contribution to the Walter Soboleff Center 30 years ago. We wouldn't have seen that. We wouldn't have envisioned 30 years ago the Soboleff Center being in the middle of Alaska's capital. That is a symbol of our culture and how we're going to continue. So, young people, take strength, take courage. You guys, Juan.
I think he stole my speech, so I don't have to say anything. First of all, we'd like to thank the Akwan and the Takukwan for allowing us on their land, and we promise we won't break into your smokehouses. One of the things that I wanted to stress is, as elders, you know that our language has fallen behind and staying at the momentum that we need it to be at. So I encourage all of you elders to teach your children so that they know the language. Because nowadays it seems like most of the people that want to teach say, "Do you have a grant?" We don't need a grant for our language to survive. And I would also like the elders and the ones that are learning the songs to teach our young children the right way to dance so that they can carry this forwards and teach their children when they are older. Because if they learn the wrong way now, it's going to be hard to break them of that habit. They need to know that when men dance, they're dancing as warriors. They're not standing there like a tree swaying in the wind. They're getting down and bending their knees and acting like they're out hunting for something. And that's a warrior dance for the men. And the women are there, and they're doing their best to stand behind the men like the ANS does behind the ANB. That's the same thing that we do here as a group. The women are there, and they're our voice. They carry our songs. A lot of the guys are too tired to sing, so that's why we depend on the women to give it their all. Ganesh Chish.
I just wanted to give a short acknowledgement. We are the Chilkats, and we wear Chilkat blankets, but we also have the Raven's Tail among us. And I wanted to acknowledge Angie Johnson. Angie Johnson, formerly of Angoon, and she now lives in Anchorage. But she made this blanket for me. It's it's similar to the Raven's Tail, but she crocheted it. and she made it out of love for our people. And I just wanted to honor her by wearing it tonight to show you the wonderful work of Angie Johnson.
We're really watching the time, so I'm going to ask if Sergey would just step forward for a moment. His name, Sergey Khan. He belongs to the killer whale clan, but he has a Thunderbird name, Kunag. Fred, don't get mad. But that's okay. And just thought I'd bring him out because he's of my grandfather, Dan Katzig, from the killer whale fin house. And grandchildren are proud of their grandparents. And so I thought I'd bring him out and introduce you. And then the rest I want to do is I'd like my children to step forward and grandchildren to come in front of the killer, these beautiful blankets here. These are my Tanakhtedi children here and my Tluknuk Adi children. And I'm really, really, really proud of them for them being involved in their culture, not being afraid to come. So I'm going to sing my mother's favorite song. We already sang it, Hena Juchia, but I'm going to sing it for you guys so you can really, really dance for your father and your father's people. Okay? Here we go. Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia. Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia. Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena Juchia, Hena I was afraid of this. I introduced him. He's a doctor.
I'll be very brief, I promise. But it's all David's fault because he saw me in the parking lot and said, "Are you a killer whale?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "You'll dance with us." And I said, "You don't know what you're asking for." I haven't practiced in years because I'm here every other year. Many of you know me. I do research on Tlingit history and culture. But this is my first celebration because I usually teach in the springtime or summertime. And I'm just so happy to be here. So I wanted to say that. And also not to forget, I was also adopted not only by the killer whales, but by the Kukitan of Sitka. So I'm kind of double adopted, and that's an honor. So I want to thank David for treating me more as a part of the family. Thank you. Gunnar Chish.
We're going to go ahead and exit here. But before we do, I know there's a lot of people to honor, but I'm this person's dad. And I want to bring my daughter out just to introduce you to her. Margaret, her name is Sa'ah. I call her Precious Bundles. Come on, come here. Flop, go. This is for the Ganach Tedi. She is a Ganach Tedi from the Yai Hit in Tlakwan. Kutis Hit. Kak Hit. Kichchi Hit. She comes from those houses. When she was a little girl, she drew a picture of the woodworm. I have it. I think she was only like in 3rd grade. She actually drew a worm with a lady's head on it, long hair hanging off to the side. This young lady, if I were to tell the stories, it would be a tearjerker. In spite of all the tragedy and difficulty that this young lady experienced, she got her master's degree from a place called Oklahoma. She's an Oklahoma Sooner. I don't know what Sooner means, but she's going to go and get another degree. I know she will. So we're going to go ahead and depart here. We're going to depart in a song that we normally do, and I'm going to ask you to move along as swiftly as you could, okay? And thank you very much for bearing with us, and my kids did a really good job. I'm glad. Okay. Hey, yeah, we are. I'm getting tired. Have a great, great summer, you all. You're all very special. You're all precious children of the earth. Anyat kusani ah. Anyat kusani ah. I don't know if anybody called you precious today, but this Thunderbird is calling every one of you precious, because that's what the elders would say. It's not me that's saying this to you. You're very precious. Gonna see ho ho.